Good afternoon to you and welcome to the live proceedings of the National Assembly. This being the live proceedings of the National Assembly coming to you live from the Parliament of Kenya on the 10th day of June, the year being 2025, with the lot lined up for consideration by members of the National Assembly. In the order paper this afternoon, we have a number of businesses. Among them is a procedural motion for the extension of the sitting until the conclusion of business. This is a motion by the leader of the majority party that pursuant to Standing Orders number 303, subsection 3A, the House orders that should the time appointed for the adjournment of the House be reached, this is before the conclusion of business, under Order number 10, the sitting shall be extended until the conclusion of business, appearing as Order number 10. And just in case you're wondering what this Order number 10 is about, is on the Committee of Supply, and this committee will be dealing with matters to do with estimates of the recurrent and development expenditure for the year ending 30th of June 2026. This is coming at a time when the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury is expected before Parliament to read the budget or to present the budget for the nation for the year 2025-2026 financial year. And what we have today is that the National Assembly under the Committee of the Supply will be appropriating monies for various state agencies and state corporations as well as state departments. The consideration of the budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026, this being general debate on this motion by the Chairperson Budget and Appropriations Committee, that the House adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on its consideration of the estimates of revenue and expenditure in the medium term for the financial year 2025-2026. The committee that is currently being led by the Honourable Member for Alego Usonga, Honourable Sama Tandi, laid its report on the table of the House on the 4th of June 2025, and that pursuant to the provisions of Article 221 of the Constitution, Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012, and Standing Orders number 239, these being Standing Orders of the House that guide the House on matters budget, approves the issuance of 2.5 billion shillings. This is 2.5 trillion shillings rather, from the Consolidated Fund to meet the expenditure during the year ending 30th of June 2026 in respect of the votes contained in the first schedule in the Committee of the Supply. After this has been read, the Speaker will then leave the chair to facilitate the consideration of the budget estimates with respect to each vote and program in the Committee of the Supply as contemplated under Standing Orders number 240 that guides the House on the consideration of the budget estimates in the Committee of Supply. The question will be put for the House to adopt this motion, after which the committee will then move to the Committee of Supply and consider the various budgetary allocation for various offices, ministries, state departments, and so on and so forth. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Honourable Dr. Moses Wetangula, has already stepped into the chamber this afternoon with the Sergeant at Arms with a mace before him, signaling that the business of the National Assembly will be kicking off seconds from now. So kindly allow me to hand over for this live broadcast brought to you by PBU in partnership with KBC. Do have a great afternoon.
Waheshimiwa, tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu ambaye kwa hekima na wema wako umeteua nyadhifa za viongozi na mbunge kwa ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu, tukusihi utazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambao wameridhika kutuita ili tutekeleze shughuli muhimu za jamhuri yetu. Tunakuomba uteremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa na utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote tutakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako ziendelezwe, na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Sergeants, you can ring the quorum bell.
Yes. Well, the business of the National Assembly has just commenced this afternoon, but upon the commencement, we have the quorum bell on ring mode as directed by the Speaker to facilitate some minutes for members of Parliament who are yet to access the chambers this afternoon, do exactly that, for the House to raise quorum to commence business this afternoon. Understanding orders of the National Assembly, the National Assembly needs at least 50 members of Parliament to be in the chamber for the business to officially commence, or rather the consideration of the business before the House commences. Under the Committee of the Supply, where the House will this afternoon be considering allocations to the office of the Executive Office of the President, the Office of the Deputy President, Cabinet Secretary, State Department for the National Government, Correlation Services, Ministry of Defense, and other ministries. Under vote number 1011, in the Executive Office of the President, the House will be considering the allocation of sum not exceeding 5.3 billion shillings to be issued from the Consolidated Fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the expenditure that is recurrent and development during the year ending 30th of June 2026. And the Office of the Deputy President, 3.07 billion shillings. The quorum has been achieved, so kindly allow me to hand you over so you can follow up on the live broadcast from the National Assembly this afternoon. Enjoy your viewing.
Honorable members, we now have quorum. Clerk.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Next.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. Bahari Girls Secondary School, Kilifi, Butula Technical and Vocational College, Chevavia Technical and Vocational College, Chogoria Girls High School, Dr. Daniel Wako Murembe Technical and Vocational College, Gatanga Technical and Vocational College, Igembe Boys Secondary School, Iku Boys High School, Kapsabet Boys High School, Kiharu Technical and Vocational Training College, Kinangop Technical and Vocational College, Kirimara High School, Kirinyaga Central Technical and Vocational College, Limuru Girls School, Malindi High School, Madioya Technical and Vocational College, Meru School, Moi High School Mbiruri, Mwala Technical and Vocational College, Naromoro Girls High School, Ndia Technical and Vocational College, Ngao Girls High Secondary School, Nakueni Girls High School, Ribe Girls Secondary School, Senior Chief Koinange Girls High School, St. Bakhita Siakago Girls High School, St. Mary's Girls High School Igoji, St. Patrick's High School Iten, and 29 St. Thomas Girls Secondary School Kilifi. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I lay.
Thank you. Chairperson, Committee on National Government Constituency Development Fund. Musa Sirma.
Thank you.
Mwalio, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 10th June 2025. Report of the Committee of the National Government Constituent Development Fund on the nominees to the National Government Constituencies Development Fund committees for 51 constituencies, which are Banisa, Bomachoge Chache, Butere, Buri, Embakazi Central, Galole, Gazi, Kilifi South, Kilome, Kimilili, Kuria East, Garissa Township, Ijara, Jomfu, Juja, Kabuchai, Kaiti, Kamkunchi, Matugu, Moyale, Musambweni, Muoroni, Ladera, Loima, Lugali, Matayos, Nyatike, Rabai, Rangwe, Samburu East, Sotik, Suna West, Taveta, Teso North, Tongarin, Turukana Central, Turukana West, Muvita, Nyali, Nyando, Nyaribari Masaba, Vihiga, Ikolomani, Fumula, Katundu North, Madhira, Suba North, Dadaaf, Wajia East, Kandara, and the Chuka Igangombe. I beg to lay names, constituencies.
Have you finished? Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Mwalio. Mwalio, give your notice of motion. Or you are no longer holding brief for your chairman?
I was holding for the brief for the chairman.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Speaker, I would like to give notice of the motion on the...
It is not a liking. You beg to give notice of the following motion.
Speaker, I beg to give a notice of the motion on the report of the Committee on the National Government Constituent Development Fund on the nominees to the National Government Constituency Development Fund committees for 51 constituencies.
Thank you. Next. Mwalio, I'm advised that what you have said does not amount to giving notice of a motion. Can you go and repeat for the record? You are a senior member of this House. You should not be caught in this kind of thing.
Speaker, I would like to give a notice.
Order, Mwalio. I beg to give notice of the following motion.
I beg to give a notice of the following motion on the nominees to the 31 National Government Constituent Development Fund committees, that this House adopts the report of the National Government Constituent Development Fund for 51 constituencies committees list of nominees for the appointment for the following 51 constituencies committees of the National Government Constituent Development Fund: Banisa, Bomachoge, Chache, Butere, Buri, Embakazi Central, Galole, Gaze, Kilifi South, Kilome, Kimilili, Kuria East, Garissa Town, Ijala, Jomfu, Juja, Kabuchai, Kaiti, Kamkunji, Matugu, Moyale, Musambweni, Muoroni, Ladera, Loima, Lugali, Matayos, Nyatike, Rabai, Rangwe, Samburu East, Sotik, Suna West, Taveta, Teso North, Tongaren, Turkana Central, Turkana West, Movita, Nyali, Nyando, Nyaribari, Masaba, Vihiga, Ikolomani, Fumula, Katundu North, Madhira, Suba North, Dadaab, Wajir East, Kandara, and Chuka Ingangombe. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mwalio. Next.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Honorable members, we're going to statements at order number 7. Remember, today is a day for Committee of Supply. We must be done with this at least by 3:30. Jared Okello? Not present. Omulher Harun?
The baby. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding disappearance of one Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed Yale. Honorable Speaker, on 28 September 2023, Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed Yale of ID number 400-63840, a resident of Garissa County, was allegedly abducted in Nairobi under unclear circumstances. The incident was reported at the Nairobi West Patrol Base under OB number 14/30/9/2023. Since then, Mr. Abdirizak has neither been traced nor presented before any court of law. Article 29 of the Constitution guarantees the freedom of security of each individual and includes the rights of an individual not be detained without trial. The fact that the whereabouts and safety of Mr. Abdirizak remains unknown has caused anxiety amongst his family on the possibility of him suffering violation of his constitutional rights. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following: a report on the status of investigations into the disappearance of Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed Yale of ID number 400-63840, who was allegedly abducted in Nairobi under unclear circumstances on 28 September 2023. Measures that the government is taking to ensure that Mr. Abdirizak Mohamed is found and reunited with his family, and measures being taken to apprehend and prosecute perpetrators of the alleged abduction. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Muher. Tongoyo, that is a request to your committee. When can you bring a response?
Honorable Speaker.
Were you even listening?
This game was a bit disrupting, but nevertheless, Honorable
weeks.
Speaker, no, I wanted you are Speaker. I've got quite a number pending and responded statement.
We are dealing with only one. What Omolher has requested.
You know what I was trying to ask, Honorable Speaker? I'm considering, if you agree with us, that I write to the Speaker, to the Minister, because there are too many, actually there are 17, and responded to, and have the CS appear before the committee and call the members so that we can able to expedite all of them, if possible.
Why not? Go ahead and do so.
So we can do next week, combine all of them and have them responded. Thank you.
Yakub Ado Kuno, member for Bora. Yakub Ado Kuno. Gitonga Mukunji.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health regarding the operationalization of the Rehabilitation Fund in the country. Honorable Speaker, Section 53 of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act of 1994 provides for the establishment of a rehabilitation fund. The section specifically mandates that the fund shall be used to establish, maintain, and support rehabilitation centers, cover expenditures related to the care, treatment, and aftercare of persons recovering from drug addiction, support and training and deployment of personnel involved in the rehabilitation of such individuals, and to facilitate community-based programs for prevention, treatment, and reintegration. The country continues to grapple with a rising tide of drug and substance abuse, which has had a devastating impact on individuals, families, and communities across the nation. In recent years, the situation has been compounded by an increase in the availability and consumption of illicit brews, narcotic drugs, particularly in vulnerable and undeserved areas. The proliferation of these harmful substances, often sold and consumed without regulation, has led to severe health challenges, increased rates of addiction, and broader social instability. Honorable Speaker, while the government has enacted punitive regulations and carried out enforcement operations targeting drug trafficking and illicit alcohol, there remains a significant gap in rehabilitation, treatment, and reintegration services for persons struggling with substance use disorders. Despite the clear provisions of the law, the fund has not been operationalized to date, thereby impeding the development and expansion of rehabilitation infrastructure and services that are urgently needed to respond to the national drug and substance abuse crisis. Further, Article 43(1)(a) of the Constitution of Kenya guarantees every person the right to the highest attainable standard of health, which includes mental health care and support for individuals with substance dependency. The continued delay in activating the Rehabilitation Fund undermines the fulfillment of this constitutional right. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health on the following. 1. Reasons as to why the Rehabilitation Fund, as established under Article 53 of the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substance Control Act of 1994, has not been operationalized. 2. A report on the number, status, and geographical distribution of rehabilitation centers operated by government. And 3. Specific measures that the government put in place to assist individuals struggling with drug and substance abuse, including community-based interventions and access to public rehabilitation services. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair Health, when can you bring a response?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think we need at least 2 weeks. I know the complexity of the issues involved, so at least 2 weeks we should be able to get the result.
Right,
the
2
report.
weeks. Thank
Okay.
you. Mashua Waithaka, Honorable Member for Kiambu.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture regarding the sponsorship and nurturing of a top amateur golfer in Kenya, Mr. Michael Karanga. Honorable Speaker, Mr. Michael Karanga is a 30-year-old amateur golfer who hails from Dumberi Ward in Kiambu constituency and has been playing golf for the past 10 years. Over this period, Mr. Karanga has played in international games and performed exceptionally well in these games, earning the name of Golfer of the Year for the 2 years in a row. Last year, he emerged top golfer during the Ghana Open in Accra. He has also played in many countries, including the United Kingdom, Portugal, South Africa, Rwanda, Jordan, and Egypt. Currently, he's ranked 76th in the world men's golf amateur ranking and 4th in Africa. Honorable Speaker, despite the sterling performance and remarkable achievements, the government is yet to show any commitment in sponsoring him. Golf is an industry, and this provides an opportunity for the government which supports and trains over 400 requests for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture on the following. 1. Plans put in place by the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports to sponsor Mr. Michael Kangara, noting that he has consistently performed well and has the potential to represent the country on a global scale. 2. Report by the Ministry on the sports persons currently being sponsored by the government, including the specific sport they play in and the criteria used by the government to sponsor sports persons. And 3, the measures that the ministry has put in place to sponsor sports persons in the country who have shown promise in their various categories. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I can give a response in 2 weeks' time.
Two weeks. Kaleba Misi, sorry I skipped your statement and went to the next.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 44 Cap 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Department Committee on Lands regarding the delayed compensation. Statement from the Chairperson of the Department Committee on Lands regarding the delayed compensation to the Sokoni Community Development Organization project in Kitale Town. This is for the land compulsory acquired by the Kenya National Highways Authority for the construction of the Kitale Endebess Swamp, that is classification C45 road project. Honorable Speaker, on 14 September 2018, the National Land Commission, via Kenya Gazette Notice number 9488, gazetted the compulsory acquisition of land parcels belonging to the Sokoni Community Development Organization project in Kitale Town. This acquisition was referenced in subsequent Gazette notices, including number 11106 of 26 October 2018,
Gazette Notice number 8484 of 21st October 2020, and Gazette Notice number 6376 and 6377 of 21st June 2021, to provide procedural updates to the public and the owners regarding inspection of plans and dates of notices of hearings for compensation claims by the affected persons. In compliance with these notices, the Sokoni Community Development Organization project submitted its claim for compensation to the National Lands Commission, and on 23rd July 2021, the Commission awarded compensation to the owners amounting to 1,928,792 Kenya shillings. However, up to date, only 398 Kenya shillings has been paid, and the balance of 964,394 Kenya shillings remains unpaid, with no clear communication or a commitment from the Commission regarding the expected timeline for completion of the payment. This prolonged delay has caused hardship to the members who were displaced and whose community operations were disrupted. Article 40, Cap 3 of the Constitution provides that if a person shall be deprived of a property for a public purpose, the government must make prompt payment in full of just compensation to the person. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Department Committee on Lands on the following. Number one, reasons for the delay in payment of the outstanding compensation of Kenya shillings 964,394 to the Sokoni Community Development Organization projects. Number two, the specific timelines within which when the National Land Commission will complete the outstanding payment of 996,394 Kenya shillings. And lastly, the measures put in place by the Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development and the National Land Commission to ensure full and timely compensation to owners for land compulsorily acquired in future. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Caleb. Honorable Caleb. Lands. Nyamoko, when can you bring the response, Honorable Nyamoko?
2 weeks, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. 2 weeks. Catherine Omanyo, Women Rep Busia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2, Section C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the urgent need for expansion of the Busia-Kisumu Road and the Bungoma-Malaba Road to dual carriageways. Honorable Speaker, the Busia-Kisumu Road and the Bungoma-Malaba Road are vital transport networks in Western Kenya, linking key commercial towns and serving as transit routes for goods and services through the Busia and Malaba border points to and from the neighboring countries, including Uganda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and Burundi. Notably, these major roads facilitate regional trade, contribute to local economies, and are integral in sustaining Kenya's position as a transport hub within the Northern Corridor. Honorable Speaker, the poor state and congestion resulting from the narrowness of the said roads continue to cause accidents and prolonged truck queues as they approach the Busia and Malaba border posts, affecting trade and transport. Further, the lengthy presence of truck drivers in those regions, particularly the Busia-Sega section of the Kisumu-Busia Road, has escalated cases of immorality and teenage pregnancies, posing serious social concerns. There is an urgent need to expand these key roads and designate truck parking yards so as to ease congestion, improve safety, and boost trade and economic growth in the region. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure on the following. 1. Immediate and short-term interventions by the Ministry of Roads and Transport and the Kenya National Highway Authority, Kenya, to address congestion and safety hazards pending the dualling of the said roads, including the timelines and budget. 2. The long-term plans, including financing mechanisms and projected timelines for the dualling the Bungoma-Malaba Road and the Kisumu-Busia Road. 3. The measures in place to address the social ills associated with the prolonged stay of the truck drivers in the affected transit points, particularly luring minors into illicit sex. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Chair Transport, GK, when can you bring a response? Give him a mic.
2 weeks, Honorable Speaker.
2 weeks, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Jared Okello.
I thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity, and allow me to make it clear that the
Jared Okello, you came late. This is round 2, we are calling that. You start by apologizing to the House.
That's what I'm coming to, Honorable Speaker.
You are starting with that.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was coming to.
Yeah.
Honorable Speaker, I apologize for coming late. You had called me
Yes.
before, and I had not appeared because of some unavoidable circumstances. Honorable Speaker, the statement that I have is, I'm reading it on behalf of the Kabondo Kasipul constituency member of parliament, Honorable Eve Obara, who is out of the country. And here it reads, Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding the circumstances surrounding the tragic death of Mr. Alfred Ojwang, a teacher and social media influencer from Kabondo Kasipul constituency, while in custody at the Central Police Station, Nairobi City County. Honorable Speaker, on the 7th of June, this year of our Lord 2025, Mr. Alfred Ojwang was seized from his home in Kakoth Village, Kokwanyokakelo Ward, Kasipul, Kabondo constituency in Homa Bay County, by officers from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. He was reportedly arrested over allegations of publishing defamatory content online. Mr. Ojwang was initially detained at Mawego Police Station before being transferred over 385 kilometers to Nairobi, where he was detained at Central Police Station. This situation raises concerns regarding the legality of the transfer of Mr. Ojwang from Homa Bay County to Nairobi. Section 71 of the Criminal Procedure Code, Cap 75, provides that an offense must be tried by a court within the local limits of the jurisdiction where it was committed, or where the accused person was apprehended. No court order appears to have been issued to authorize the transfer as required by law and the National Police Service standing orders. Even more distressing is the report that while at Central Police Station, Mr. Ojwang was placed in a solitary cell where he allegedly hit his head against the wall in the cell. He was then rushed to Mbagathi County Referral Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The circumstances surrounding his death remain highly suspicious, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Ojwang was the only son, and his death has left his family devastated. Article 21 of the Constitution places an obligation on the state to observe, respect, protect, and fulfill the rights and fundamental freedoms of all individuals, including suspects in police custody. The unexplained death of Mr. Ojwang in a police cell demands full disclosure, accountability, and redress. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. Number 1, report on the circumstances that led to the death of Mr. Alfred Ojwang while in police custody at Central Police Station, including the legal basis for his arrest and reasons for his placement in solitary confinement. Number 2, the justification for the transfer of Mr. Ojwang from Homa Bay County to Nairobi County, contrary to the provisions of the law. Number 3, the current status of investigations by the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, into the death of Mr. Ojwang, including whether an autopsy or inquest has been conducted. And lastly, the immediate administrative and disciplinary actions that have been taken against officers who apprehended and transferred the deceased to Nairobi and those who were on duty during the incident. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. And let me thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yesterday you added your voice to this subject, and it is a testament that you are concerned on the plight and aspirations of the Kenyan people. And more importantly, you pushed for an impartial probe to be quickly carried out. And I thank you, Honorable Speaker, and we hope that an in-depth analysis of all the matters surrounding this death will be unraveled in good time. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, Honorable Passaris had also filed a request to seek a similar statement. And before I give you an opportunity to joyride on that, I acknowledge in the Speaker's gallery Nairobi Muslim Academy from Langata constituency, Nairobi, the SEK Junior School from Starehe, Nairobi, and Gakoe Mixed Secondary School from Gatundu North, Kiambu. Passaris.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first allow me to pass my condolences to the family members of the late Albert Ojwang. Mr. Speaker, the autopsy results are already out, and it shows that he went through a really brutal death, and it's really sad. We're in a month where we want reparation and healing. We want this country to move forward. And I know that this is going to anger a lot of Kenyans. What I ask for is absolute expedition of the investigation, and I ask for the police for once to stand for the people of Kenya, to stand for justice, and to change their ways. Because if we try and play around with this case, it will not be good. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga has issued a statement on the same. It is time for us to address the wrongs and the rot that we have in the police service, but it's not all the policemen. I want people to know, I've seen on social media people calling for burning of police stations, attacking politicians. I want Kenyans to understand we're in this together. The police force is not all bad. The police force is there to serve us. So as we give condolences, as we ask for investigation.
Under the new constitution is no longer a force, it's a service.
Yes, actually, yes, I understand that, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for the correction. I just pray that the family finds peace and that we can do something right now to bring justice to this young man and all the lost souls that we've had in our country. Police brutality should end. The police should do what they're mandated to do and do it within the rule of the law as mandated and asked for by the President. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Bowen, on the same.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to support the question by the Honorable Jared. And Mr. Speaker, my condolences to the family, the Honorable member.
Ms. Jared Okello is not a lady.
Okello, yes.
Yes.
So, Mr. Speaker, let me say this.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, it is very sad that a young man who just wrote something on a social media had to die. Mr. Speaker, when in Kerio Valley, bandits are brutalizing people, killing women and children, and there is nothing happening to them. Just because someone has written something on a social media, Mr. Speaker, and now his life is not there. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the security heads in the country, Mr. Speaker, to take this matter very seriously And Mr. Speaker, we want to condole with the family of Ojwang and ask IPOA to make sure that they investigate this matter and make sure those who are involved, Mr. Speaker, are brought to book. And Mr. Speaker, at the same time, Mr. Speaker, many of us here from the North Rift, Mr. Speaker, what people are going through there in the hands of bandits, and the police are just joyriding around out here looking for people who are writing Twitter, writing on Facebook, and this one. They are not going for those bandits. So, Mr. Speaker, they must take their work very seriously.
Thank you. Mele Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to give my condolences to the family of the late Ojwang on his unfortunate demise at the hands of some rogue officers. Mr. Speaker, indeed it is unfortunate that at this time, after we passed a new constitution making the police service a service, that we still have people who are behaving in the manner that we have seen. Mr. Speaker, I'd want to call on the President to ensure that the police that have been found to be behind the death of Ojwang and who are actually tainting the name of the police should be charged and should be prosecuted, and it should be fast, because justice delayed is justice denied. The problem is we have seen in this country sometimes people are arrested, and when the angers go down, then the case disappears. To show seriousness, this case should be fast-tracked. And Mr. Speaker, if IPOA is not in a position to, occasionally the government has actually employed the services of external forces and external investigators. For us to have confidence, perhaps the government may need to even consider that, because it's really, really unfortunate that a young person should be killed in this manner. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to tell the public, sometimes I know the frustration of the public, but the members of parliament are not the ones who are responsible for the death. We are actually feeling the same pain. And Mr. Speaker, for those of us who come from Homa Bay County, we even feel it more because this is our county. And so we don't want people in our county to be killed, even Kenyans to be killed, but especially people from Homa Bay County. We are only just the other day we lost Honorable Ngondowere. Now we are losing this man who is almost a neighbor to Honorable Ngondowere. So, Mr. Speaker, we want to see seriousness in the way the government deals with this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Murugara.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, also allow me to join the rest of the House and Kenyans in conveying condolences to the family of the late Albert Ojwang. Indeed, it's very sad to have lost such a young man in circumstances which are unclear, which in those circumstances themselves puts our National Police Service into question, especially when they give a statement which on the face of it does not make sense. Honorable Speaker, we urge the service, IPOA, and everyone who is investigating to actually do the best they can to unravel the ministry, to unravel the mystery so that justice is served on the family of this young boy who passed away in those circumstances. Sometimes we wonder why the police service actually has to conduct itself in the way it is doing. And what begs the question is whether their syllabus has changed since the days pre-colonial, or even the colonial days. Because we know very well during the state of emergency, we had these extrajudicial killings. Has this been carried on even up to today? Are there officers, whether senior or junior, who are giving instructions to have young boys executed? These are the questions we ask ourselves, and it is the high time we looked at the qualifications and the training of our police officers. Maybe there may be something wanting, the entry point level and the training they get at Kiganjo. Times have changed. We must now live to expectation. Justice must be done at all times, and we must condemn extrajudicial killings to the fullest. It should not be allowed, it should not be condoned, and this House should continue to condemn it day in, day out. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members, this is by all means a very serious matter. Yesterday, yours truly here and others spoke to it in the same manner that you are speaking. The chairman of Security Committee, this matter is causing a lot of anxiety, and the explanations coming out, for those of you who have read the book Steve Biko, it sounds like a Steve Biko story. And I would want to direct the chairman of security. I know Thursday is budget day, but we have half an hour before budget starts. You will bring a preliminary report and statement to the House on Thursday at 2:30 to inform the House and the country the progress so far made in the investigations and some response to the issues raised by the Honorable Jared Okello on behalf of Ifo Bara, the Honorable Pasaris, Mili, Morugara, and Bowen. And I know many members have issues on this. Hold your horses. When the statement comes on Thursday, I'll give you an opportunity. Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well guided. And just like the rest of us and majority of Kenyans, I want also to pass my condolences to the family. It is extremely very unfortunate incident, Honorable Speaker, that a young Kenyan dies in the hand of the police and where is actually supposed to be safe. Honorable Speaker, as you are guided, I want to confirm to you and Kenyans and this House that we are all disturbed. And this morning, we had already written, of course, and the clerk has even signed the letter to summon the IG and the IPOA to brief the committee on behalf of this House on what has happened and the update on the investigation, so that by the afternoon, as you instructed, I will be able to give at least a preliminary report on the same, Honorable Speaker.
I encourage you not to wait for them to brief you.
Yes.
I encourage you to interrogate them.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, actually what I wanted to, if it is even possible, the members who raised issues here, they can as well even appear and of course give support to the committee to really, because Honorable Speaker, heads must roll.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thursday at 2:30.
Yes.
Honorable members, in the public gallery, we have Kabungut Boys School, Bomet Central, Bomet, Solai Day School from Rongai, Nakuru, Mukuri Girls High School for Mara, Tarakanithi. On my behalf and on behalf of the whole House, we welcome the schools, their students, their teachers, and all those accompanying them to the House of Parliament. Responses to statements, administration, Tongoyo, to the statement by Doris Donya. Is Donya in the House? Donya, is she in the House? Yes, there she is. Go on.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And as well as I respond to the statement being sought by Honorable Donya, Honorable Speaker, I need your indulgence. Also here with me, Honorable Speaker, you remember last week you did instruct me to update the House on the latest investigation report in inquiry on the alleged abduction of George Nguibori, the Member of Parliament for Juja constituency.
Honorable Tongoyo, today is a supply day. We're going into the committee at 3:30. The Koimburi matter, I can see you with the volumes of files.
Very thorough investigation, Honorable Speaker.
You will do that tomorrow. Okay. Go ahead and respond to Donya in the shortest time possible, because we have to go into committee at 3:30.
Well guided, Honorable Speaker.
Bring your volumes tomorrow.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Well guided. Honorable Speaker, in response to the question, a statement being sought by Honorable Member of Parliament for Kisii on the tragic death of Sylvia Kimonto and the escalating cases of gender-based violence, I want to start, and the member in particular wanted to know circumstances that led to the killing of Miss Sylvia Kimonto and how the suspect accessed the victim's room at the university, and the status of investigation and the action being taken to prosecute the perpetrators, and the immediate and long-term measures put in place within the institution of higher learning to guarantee the safety of students, particularly female students who remain disproportionately vulnerable. Honorable Speaker, I state as follows. In September 2024, Eric Mutinda Philip, the suspect, and the Sylvia Kimonto, the deceased, were both admitted to Multimedia University of Kenya to pursue a degree program in electronic engineering and the mathematics for computer sciences, respectively. The two became friends and developed an intimate relationship. However, on February same year, their relationship deteriorated, leading to separation. On the 28th March, Eric Mutinda traveled to his sister's residence in Kasarani, sub-county, for a long weekend visit, where he stayed until 30th March. Upon return, he proceeded to his room in Block E, hostel room 1, where he found his two roommates. While preparing for a scheduled hiking trip to Olua picnic site, Eric realized he was missing a chest bag that he needed for the trip. In search of the bag, he went to Sylvia Kimondo's room, room 90, located in Block B. At the same, Sylvia was alone doing laundry since her roommate, Abigail Salama, had gone to church outside the university. During this encounter, Eric attempted to reconcile with her, urging her to resolve the issue that had led to their breakup. Despite his persistent efforts, Sylvia's family declined to rekindle the relationship. The situation escalated into a heated argument, and the suspect strangled Sylvia, resulting in her death. He then placed the body into a green media-sized suitcase belonging to the deceased and moved the suitcase to his own room. Later that day, he dumped the body in a rooftop water reservoir tank on the Block B. Honorable Speaker, on the status of investigation, Ms. Sylvia Ayaya reported the disappearance of her daughter on the 1st April at Langata Police Station, VIDE or bin number 3114 of 2025. Ms. Ayaya revealed that in her search for Sylvia, she had visited the university and checked her daughter's hostel room. While there, she tried to reach out Eric Mutinda, hoping he could shed the light on Sylvia's last known movement. However, the suspect refused to disclose any information. On the 2nd April, the university security team conducted a search within the campus. During the search, they discovered a body dumped inside a rooftop reservoir tank at Block B hostel. The university's management immediately reported the matter to the DCI Langata. At about 6, a team of officers from the DCI homicide and the DCI headquarters crime scene investigation, the Nairobi area, responded to the scene. The key evidence was collected from the scene, and upon examination, the body was positively identified as that of the Sylvia. The suspect then attended a church service at Jesus is Alive Ministries in Nairobi and gave Sylvia's mobile phone as an offering, after which he traveled to his family rural home in Sultan Hamud Township, Makueni. While at his rural home in a company with his father and mother, news came out in national television about the discovery of a body within Multimedia University rooftop reservoir tank, and it was at this point when he confessed how he killed the deceased before dumping the body in a water tank. Subsequently, his parents escorted him to Sultan Hamud Police Station, where he was booked under OB number 444/2025. The DCI homicide detectives collected the suspect from Sultan Hamd police station. During the interrogation, he confessed to the murder and also led investigators to the church where he had given the Sylvian's mobile phone as an offering. DNA samples from both the suspect and the deceased were submitted to the government chemist for forensic analysis. And on the 8th, the postmortem was conducted by the chief government pathologist, Dr. Johnson Odur, which revealed that the cause of death was asphyxia due to leakage strangulation along the blunt force injury to the head. Investigation established that Eric Mutinda acted alone with the motive identified as a relationship-related dispute. He was subsequently transferred to Capitol Hill Police Station and later presented before Kibera Law Court for a miscellaneous application. The court granted 21 days custodial order to allow the completion of the investigation. The DCI homicide team is working in close collaboration with the Office of the DPP to ensure appropriate charges are preferred on the suspect. The matter is scheduled for mention on the 28th April 2025, when the suspect, Eric Mutinda, will be formally charged with the offense of murder, contrary to Section 203, as read together with Section 204 of the Penal Code. And I think that should be sufficient, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Donya, this matter appears to be a homicide case already before court. So you should tread carefully so that what you say and ask now does not prejudice the criminal proceedings before court. You may seek a clarification if you wish.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm well conversant with that. I did media law, and what the chair has said is very correct. I've been following on the matter. This time, the statement has really has been captured very well. I appreciate that response, Mr. Speaker, and if you could allow me, people don't know the direct line for gender-based violence. Sometimes they want to report, they don't know the number. So if I can share the number, Mr. Speaker, it can help. And if also them, they expedite on acting on GBV matters. The number is 1195. Simple, and it works. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Donya. Chair Housing and Chair National Cohesion, you will give your responses tomorrow at 2:30. Honorable Joseph Tonui is in the House. You will get your response, Honorable Member, tomorrow afternoon. Abdul Haro, you'll get your response tomorrow afternoon. Honorable members, before we call the next order, allow me to acknowledge Nairi Mirimo Primary School from Samburu East. Samburu is in the public gallery. I welcome the students, their teachers, and whoever is accompanying them to the house. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, extension of sitting time until conclusion of business.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, like I say, today is Committee of Supply. And because of that, Honorable Speaker, I beg that, pursuant to Standing Order 33A, this House orders that should the time appointed for adjournment of the House be reached before conclusion of business under Order number 10, the sitting shall stand extended until conclusion of the business appearing under Order number 10. that is Committee of Supply. Honorable Speaker, this is one of those prime duties that we must conduct as a House. Honorable Speaker, if you allow Honorable Senior Kajwang.
Order, Honorable Kajwang.
Kajwang.
Member for Oraka.
Yes, senior. Yes.
That is better.
Yes, and this is his forte. He loves this Committee of Supply. So we have that today. So prepare your guns on this, Honorable Speaker. This is very important debate. This is very important work that we do. Budget cannot be budget without Committee of Supply. The money that we will appropriate here cannot be issued out unless we have Committee of Supply, where we supply every department with funds that they require to run the next financial year. Honorable Speaker, this is noble duty, noble task, and therefore we request, in the event that we do not finish before close of business today, we extend time to ensure that we complete the business and ensure that we leave today when we have supplied all the money, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, having said that, I know the Honorable Millie Odhiambo is one who participates very much in this debate, and therefore I'll request her to second me on approving the procedural motion to extend time of sitting until conclusion of the debate.
Honorable Millie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I do second that this is a very straightforward procedural motion just to extend time. I do second.
Thank you. Members on their feet, take your seats. Order. Honorable members, I now propose the question at order number 8, which is that pursuant to the Standing Order 33A, this House orders that should the time appointed for adjournment of the House be reached before conclusion of business under order number 10, the sitting shall stand extended until conclusion of the business appearing under order number 10, Committee of Supply. Put the question. I'll now put the question at order number 8, order, which is that pursuant to Standing Order 33A, this House orders that should the time appointed for adjournment of the House be reached before conclusion of business under order number 10, the sitting shall stand extended until conclusion of the business appearing under order number 10, Committee of Supply. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, what it means now is that you will go on with the committee up to midnight. If you do not finish, then you will go on tomorrow morning. So we'll allow the proceedings to go on up to midnight. That's the end of the day. Today, 1 minute past midnight is tomorrow. So at midnight, we stop the clock. Tomorrow in the morning, if we are not finished, we have to get back to the committee so that we can finish, because whatever you are doing will inform and be part of the highlights of the budget statement by the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury on Thursday afternoon. Next order.
Order number 9, motion. Consideration of the budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026. Third and final allotted day, question to be put.
Order, members on their feet, take your seats. Honorable Naika, take the nearest seat. Order, Honorable Wako, take your seat. Honorable members, I'll now put the question at order number 9, which is that this House adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on its consideration of the estimates of revenue and expenditure and the medium term for the financial year 2025-26, laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 4th June 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 221 of the Constitution, Section 39 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and Standing Order 239-1, approves the issuance of a sum of Kenya shillings 2,538,593,978,440 from the Consolidated Fund to meet the expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of the votes contained in the first schedule, subject to paragraph 3, Committee of Supply. 2, makes the policy and financial resolutions contained in the second schedule to the order paper. And 3, orders that the Speaker do now leave the chair to facilitate the consideration of the said budget estimates with respect to each vote and program in the Committee of Supply as contemplated under Standing Order 240, consideration of estimates in the Committee of Supply. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Honorable GK. Okay.
Honorable Speaker.
Horses, GK, hold your horses. Next order.
Order number 10, Committee of Supply.
Order, honorable members, will you be upstanding?
Honorable members, we are now in the Committee of Supply on the budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026.
Vote 10-11, Executive Office of the President.
I propose the question
that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 5,372,401,534 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 11011.
Programs under vote 1011. 1. Government printing services. 2. General administration, planning and support services. 3. Government advisory services. And 4. Leadership and coordination of government services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1011 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 1011 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings. Honorable members, I now put the question that the programs under the vote as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 5,372,401,534 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1011. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1012. Office of the Deputy President.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 3,072,134,559 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1012.
Program under vote 1012, Deputy President Services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1012 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Yes, Honorable Ounda.
Chair, probably would thank you for this opportunity. Allow us to ask the Chair of Budget and Appropriation Committee to basically explain to the people of Kenya why would an office have close to 3 billion for recurrent expenditure and only 100 million for development. We need to explain what does this office of the Deputy President does that requires a whopping 3 billion. And there are no drugs in hospitals, there's no capitation in schools, people are being killed every day and night. We need to be explained what is this thing all about. Thank you, Chair.
Chairperson Budget, you want to respond? Or let me give Mheshimiwa Makali first, and then I'll come to the chairperson.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, I want to associate myself with the comments by Dr. Undo that even though I'm a member of the Budget Committee, I think really we've said many times it's good to get our priorities right. I hope the money we are putting here is not the money we are seeing being distributed to Kenyans all over the country. I believe this money will be put in the right use because we said Harambes will not allow them. So I hope this money will be, it's not that money, Honorable Chair, as even we support.
Majority Leader, do you want to say something? No, let's just, that was question was being asked to the Budget Chair. Majority Leader, do you want to still say something, Honorable Owen? Okay, Honorable Atandi, proceed.
Madam Chair, before I respond, I would like to ask Honorable Tongoyo to just respond briefly, then I'll conclude. The Chairman of Security.
Okay, Honorable Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, and I want to really confirm that Makalu is a member of Budget Committee, and he was there when I was actually defending the committee. And I can confirm to the House and to the country that the money allocated to these votes are prudently used. And actually, Honorable Chair, when you compare the monies in this vote, in the current office holder, versus the money that was allocated in the previous office holder, it's actually less by almost 30%. Yeah? So I just ask members to be objective. Let's not bring politics into this. We all know the office holder is not the first one in this office, and the money is allocated there for the good use of the country.
Honorable Atandi, proceed.
Yes.
Let's allow
Thank you, Honorable
Honorable
Speaker.
Atandi first to answer.
Honorable Speaker, let me first of all say that the budgets under this vote, we have really rationalized this vote. If you remember, Madam Speaker, the previous holder used to have 5 billion under this vote, under this office. And today we are having only about 3 billion. Honorable Speaker, Madam Chair, this is a constitutional office. The Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya is an office that is assisting the President around the country. It is not an office where somebody is spending money without work. And this is the person who assists the President to manage the affairs of the country, Honorable Speaker. So this vote is justified, and in fact, the office requires even more. We had to rationalize this vote to be in line with the revenue projections that we are having at the moment. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the programs under the vote 10-12 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 3,072,134,559 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 10-12. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 10-13, Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 866,803,092 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 10-13.
Program under vote 10-13, Government Coordination and Supervision.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 10-13 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 10-13 as read out in the and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 866,803,092 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 10-13. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 10-14, State Department for Parliamentary Affairs.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 363,508,889 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1014.
Programs under vote 1014. 1. Parliamentary liaison and legislative affairs. 2. Policy coordination and strategy. And 3. General administration planning and support services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1014 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question. Honorable Makali.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madam Chairperson. What I was saying, Madam Chairperson, if you listen to what the programs are, and these are the issues we are raising, Madam Chair. Coordination, administration. We are saying even as we do this, we could do better in terms of prioritization. I don't think some of these things, really, Madam Chair, will not make a lot of sense to a country where we are facing serious challenges in terms of health and education, even as we support.
Honorable Awunda.
Chair, I find the programs under this vote extremely interesting, and more so to say, Honorable Chair, they actually contravene the Constitution of Kenya. I mean, Article 95 all the way provides that the work of Parliament belongs to members of Parliament. So what else are we doing here in this particular office? What kind of legislation? Yet all the bills that come in this House are under the majority leader. These are duplication and a terrible waste of national resources that could be better used to solve the myriad of problems that we have in this country. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Owen Baya.
You know, the Honorable Oundo, Professor, needs to be educated on how a bill starts. The office that is mandated with liaising with Parliament, you know, the bill bears the name of the majority leader. But the majority leader just has the mandate to table it here. But there's a whole process that starts from cabinet, that starts from many ministries and all that. Before a bill is born to be a bill under the name of the majority leader, that bill has traversed and resources are required and resources are needed for it to become a bill to be tabled in this House. So, Honorable Speaker, even the bill that we are looking at now has not been authored or done by the, it's a whole process. So, Honorable Oundo, please step down the politics, look at the national agenda, look at the whole country, and let's move forward instead of raising mundane issues on an important issue called supply. Supply, Honorable Speaker, and I want to educate my brother, supply is supply. We will do it. Come and question the budget. Let's handle the supply.
I put the question that the programs under the vote 1014 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that the sum not exceeding 363,508,889 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1014. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1015, State Department for Performance and Delivery Management.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 701,404,489 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1015.
Programs under vote 1015. 1. Public Service Performance Management. 2. General Administration Planning and Support Services. 3. Service Delivery and Management. And 4. Coordination and Supervision of Government.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1015 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 1015 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 701,404,489 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1015. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1016. State Department for Cabinet Affairs.
I propose the question that the sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 228,723,204 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1016.
Program under vote 1016, Cabinet Affairs Services.
I propose the question that the programs under vote 1016 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question that the programs under vote 1016 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 228,723,204 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2026 in respect of vote 1016. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Vote 1017, State House.
I propose the question that a sum not
Ojwang at one university. When I graduated in 2017, it was a first year. Mr. Speaker, how fragile are the egos of the people who have been tasked with the security apparatus of this republic? That a person of the stature of the Deputy Inspector General, who has a training, and I've seen that he has a master's in counter-terrorism, a man who is trained to deal with terrorists, cannot deal with just a Facebook post, Honorable Speaker, that he had to send for this young man on a weekend. Mr. Speaker, there is no record that Albert Ojwang was summoned to appear in any police station and he said no. He was being arrested on a weekend. His parents were there, actually, Mr. Speaker. Their father was coming to Nairobi with the title to come and secure the bond or the bail of his son, only to be given the body of his son in a body bag, Honorable Speaker. I am wondering, Honorable Speaker, even as we speak about the people we are speaking about, Mr. Speaker, did you actually see that the complainant in this particular case, DIG Eliud Lagat, was standing behind the Inspector General of Police when they're saying that they are starting the investigation, Honorable Speaker? How would a person whom, in my opinion, is the lead suspect in the murder of Ojwang be standing right behind the people who are expected to investigate, Honorable Speaker? Mr. Speaker, number two, I also would wonder how cold and how heartless is the heart of the president, that to this minute, he has not even issued a condolences. Everything is running on in the country like nothing has happened, Honorable Speaker. We have not even seen the condolence message of the Minister of Interior. If the president wants the young people to actually believe that he loves them, as he has been saying, Honorable Speaker, he must crack the whip on this person, Eliud Lagat. And I would ask, Mr. Speaker, who is this person that is protecting Eliud Lagat? How powerful is Eliud Lagat that he has or can commit a crime of this magnitude, Honorable Speaker, and continue serving as the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Honorable Speaker? Even as we require them to come to the House, him should have done this country a favor by resigning. In a democracy that is working, Honorable Speaker, Eliud Lagat cannot and should not be serving as the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Honorable Speaker. Finally, the life of Ojwang is as important as the life of Ongondowere, Honorable Speaker. In 2 days, the PS for Interior was giving an update of what has happened, including the arrest of suspects.
Senator Isaboy.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kunipa fursa hii na mimi pia niweze kuchangia. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwanza natoa risala za rambirambi kwa familia ya Albert kwa niaba yangu na watu wa Kwale County kwa kifo chake, kijana mdogo sana mwenye umri ambao takriban miaka 25 na kuendea. Ni jambo la kusikitisha sana kwa sababu huyu kijana ambaye alikuwa akisomea huko Pwani University akamaliza. Baba yake alikuwa ni mtu wa kufanya kazi katika timbo za mawe kumsomesha mtoto wake na akahitimu akapata kazi na sasa amekuwa mwalimu huko. Lakini kisanga hichi kilipotokea, ulimwengu mzima na nchi nzima ya Kenya imehuzunika kuhusu kijana huyu, kifo chake. Yangu ni kusema tu uchunguzi ufanyike na haki ipatikane kwa familia yake na wale waliohusika, sheria ichukuliwe mkononi mwake. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Veronica.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I want to also thank Senator Eddy for bringing this very important statement before the floor of this House. Honorable Speaker, I want to believe this is a dream. I have never imagined in my whole life, even as a trained advocate, that an accused person, accused of a misdemeanor, not a felony, not a category of an offense, which is so serious, and there would not be even a justification for any suspect charged with a serious offense to be killed within the precincts of a police station. I want to believe it's a dream that Albert was actually picked by persons who identified themselves as police officers, picked from his home, handed over to the hands of police officers by his parents, and the parents knew they are following him behind to help him and assist him secure a bond so that he can stand trial. And he's taken to a police station, Honorable Speaker, and after a few hours, Albert dies from head injuries, neck compression, multiple soft tissue trauma, and pathologist has ruled out self-inflicted injuries. I think it is very sad, and I must admit it must not happen to anybody within the Republic of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, the other day, Boniface Mwangi, the activist who went to Tanzania, together with his friends, people sometimes whom we don't even support, were tortured in Tanzania. And Kenyans were up in arms because of how the police in Tanzania behaved. How much more, Honorable Speaker, when Kenya is the lead in matters democracy, in matters of expression, political expression, how much more responsibility must the police take to deal with suspects within the constitutional parameters that they are given in the Republic of Kenya? I just want to take one moment, because I have worked in a police reform program with the Laikipia University, where we were introducing human rights to the police, that any time an accused person is arrested, they have rights under the Constitution. The Bill of Rights defends them, and I want to condemn in the strongest terms possible the killing of Albert Ojwang within the precincts of a police cell. It's embarrassing, and whoever did it is actually sabotaging the government of the day. It is very wrong, Honorable Speaker. And action must be taken, exhaustive investigations carried out, and whoever is culpable must be held liable. Let IPOA now do its work. And we are looking out, Honorable Speaker, to see that IPOA for once can hold police officers, Honorable Speaker, responsible for...
Senator Beatrice Akinyi.
Honorable Speaker, a country that kills its young people is a country that kills its future. Honorable Speaker, just the last 1 week, I was here as a proud leader from Homa Bay County, And Honorable Speaker, I shared with you our happiness from the celebration of Madaraka in Homa Bay County. But this morning, Honorable Speaker, I asked myself, was this the celebration we had in Homa Bay County on the 1st of June, Honorable Speaker? Is this the aftermath of what we've gotten from that celebration? Honorable Speaker, even all the developments we counted and I counted here is not equal to the life of one young man called Albert Omondi. Honorable Speaker, this morning as I was having breakfast, just a brief breakfast with my son, I saw a young man shed tears over this death, Honorable Speaker. And my son preciously asked me, Mom, why do we as a country make 2 steps ahead and then we make 5 steps going back? Honorable Speaker, I want to ask the President that, Mr. President, who is this who is keen on tarnishing the image of this country? Are you not able to deal with that person? And Honorable Speaker, I've heard a number of politicians make statements since the death of Albert, and a number of them are sorting themselves across the board. I want to tell them, Mr. Speaker, sir, that over this, keep your sentiments away because a life has been lost. Honorable Speaker, I speak as a parent. Why are we on some of these seats, including any seat anybody has, if we cannot face such challenges? Honorable Speaker, let us allow our young people to grow. If you cannot fathom any challenge, Honorable Speaker, don't go for any seat. But the President must just address this, Honorable Speaker. I think it is by design that after the celebration of Madaraka in Homa Bay, somebody wants us to just shed some darkness in this country. Honorable Speaker, let us move forward. We have been told of a young man who could have committed suicide. This is the only country where we saw a...
Senator Karungo Tsangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm equally sad, Mr. Speaker, as we discuss this issue of a lost soul. But one, Pastor Martin Niemola from Germany said, Mr. Speaker, first they came for the socialist. I did not say anything because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist. I did not say anything because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I did not say anything because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one to speak for me. Mr. Speaker, as a country and as the Senate, we are all affected. We are all affected, not just as a nation. We are affected as people who have been entrusted to take care of the people, Mr. Speaker. Even the government pathologist who has been going through or conducting postmortems on such cases has even been affected, Mr. Speaker, saying a relative brought on a table for him to check what killed him, Mr. Speaker. I think as a country and as this Senate, we must give an ultimatum, Mr. Speaker, that by 25th June, Mr. Speaker, if this Senate has not done anything, if this Lagat DIG has not resigned, Kenyans should come out on 25th as a Memorial Day to come in large numbers, Mr. Speaker, and deal with whoever, Mr. Speaker, is not doing what it's supposed to do. Because, Mr. Speaker, the police who have been mandated to take care of Kenyans, they are quick to act on some useless issues, Mr. Speaker. Today, as we speak, there is a police officer by the name Samido. Samido, who is a musician, who was granted a leave to go to America. He was supposed to return yesterday, but today there is a a warrant of arrest on him for abduction of duty. If the police can issue a warrant of arrest for somebody because of missing work, yet we have a police officer whose name has been dragged on every murder, and Mr. Speaker, they're not doing anything. I think as a country, I think as a Senate, we need to do something, Mr. Speaker. The same police told us a member of parliament has kidnapped himself. The same police told us he kidnapped himself and he slept in a certain hotel. The same police, but we did nothing, Mr. Speaker, because he does not come from our region. Today, the same police are saying the guy, the Albert Ojwang, hit his head on the wall, Mr. Speaker. The same police. At least we can say we're here now discussing issues because we have been all affected by the death of Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kavindu.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii niweze nami kutia sauti yangu kwa hili jambo ambalo Bwana linahuzunisha sana sana zaidi. Na kwanza wazazi wa huyu kijana pole zangu. Bwana Spika, kila mzazi utarajia kuzikwa na mtoto wake. Hakuna mzazi hata mmoja utarajia kuzika mtoto. Na hii Bwana Spika inaleta uchungu sana kuona watoto wetu wanauawa kama ndege. Mwaka moja ikifika tarehe 25 mwezi huu tutakuwa tumefikisha mwaka tukikumbuka jinsi wetu walipouawa. Bwana Spika, nilikuwa kwa hili bunge na nilitoka pale nje tukatembea tukaenda kule Bunge Towers. Bwana Spika, experience ya 3 hours Bunge Towers ilikuwa kama mwaka mzima. Kila nikisikia bunduki nalia tu nilikuwa nasikia tumbo yangu inatoka, maana mimi ni mama. Na hiyo bunduki ilikuwa inapiga mtoto. Sasa tunaongelea mtoto ambaye ameuawa na watu ambao wanastahili kuwa wanalinda kila mwananchi katika hili taifa. Kama tutauliwa kule tunastahili kukimbilia usalama. Basi tutapata usalama wapi Kenya hii? Ni kuonyesha taifa letu limeanguka kabisa. Na mimi naita president wa hili taifa, Bwana William Samuel Ruto, tafadhali simama kama president. Na sasa hivi kama si jana uongee kuhusu huyu kijana. Na wale ambao wamesababisha watendewe kile wanastahili kutendewa. Kwa sababu hatutanyamaza watoto wetu wakiendelea kuuawa. Sasa wakikufa wote tutabakia na nini kama taifa? Vijana ndio wenye nguvu, ndio wanaweza kuendelesha taifa. Tukizidi kuwaua ni wapi tutapata wengine wa kuendelesha taifa hili? Mimi nasema hivi, kama mtu yoyote amefanya makosa, kuna koti, apelekwe kotini au hukumiwe. Kama ni kufungwa afungwe, kama hakuna hatia aachiliwe. Lakini kuuawa, hii jambo ninakashifu kabisa, kwa sababu hakuna haki ya mtu kupoteza uhai wake bila sababu yoyote. Na ni mtoto peke yake ya wazazi wake. Hao wazazi labda hata umri wao hawaruhusu tena kuwa na mtoto. Watapata mtoto wapi? Hata kama watalipa fidhia, hiyo fidhia watalipwa hailinganishwi na huyo mtoto. Na tunaomba haki itendeke hata kwa jinsi walipokufa kwenye taifa hili.
Senator AC Okenyuri.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipa nafasi hii. Kwanza ningependa kutoa pole zangu kwa familia ya marehemu Albert Ojwang. Ni kisa ambacho kimenisikitisha mno Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, sisi kama vijana tumeondoka nyumbani kwenye umaskini kuja mijini ili kujitafutia. Ni kisa kimenihuzunisha kuwa Albert aliweza kuchukuliwa na maafisa wale, na ripoti za upasuaji wa maiti zimeonyesha kuwa Albert hakujiua, aliweza kuuawa na maafisa wale. Singependa kujiunga na wenzangu ambao wananungunika. Bwana Spika, maafisa wale ambao walimbeba Albert kutoka kwao washtakiwe kwa makosa ya mauaji ili wasema nani ambaye aliwatuma kuangamiza kijana yule. Ni jambo ambalo linasikitisha Bwana Spika, kwa sababu kama vijana wa taifa watatendewa unyama kama ule, sisi viongozi tunabaki hapa tukinungunika. Bwana Spika, hii si hali ya kawaida Bwana Spika, na mauaji ya wanablog yamekithiri. Sisi kama viongozi tumezoea kuwekewa makosa kwenye mitandao pale, lakini hatujawa wa hasira kiwango cha kutaka kuwaua wale ambao wanatutusi pale kwenye mitandao. Kwa sababu tuko kwenye nafasi za uongozi, mambo kama yale yakitokea, sio sisi kuchukua hatua kama zile. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, maafisa wale ambao walimchukua kijana huyu Albert kutoka nyumbani akiwa salama, washtakiwe kwa makosa ya mauaji ili waweze kuambia bunge hili na
Mr. Speaker, to begin with, I just want to read Article 238 of the Constitution. Clause 1. It reads, national security is the protection against internal and external threats to Kenya's territorial integrity and sovereignty, its people, their rights, freedoms, property, peace, stability, and prosperity, and other national interests. Clause 2. It says national security is subject to the authority of this Constitution and Parliament. Parliament has the power to investigate this crime. And we have gotten to a point whereby we should form a parliamentary committee of inquiry to be guided by the inquiry. And that committee should get to the ground and call witnesses and unearth this problem. If you look at the Commission of Inquiries Act, it's another guide. We can ask the President to form the committee. If he can't, Parliament can constitute itself into a committee. When J.M. Kariuki died, Parliament constituted a committee of inquiry, and there's a tradition in this House that we have been able to inquire matters like this. So given the weight of this matter, my submission is that Parliament should investigate this. Of nothing. Yes, please.
Senator, be informed by the Senator from Senator Eddy.
Mr. Speaker, my brother Senator Mtata has called for the formation of. I'm very emotional, Mr. Speaker. You'll forgive me. He has called for a commission of inquiry on the death of a young man when it is a matter of public understanding that there is somebody who has been alleged to have reported that Ojwang had published something about him. How does the justice system work, Mr. Speaker? How does it work?
Senator,
can it be...
Senator Eddy, what is this information that you'd wish to share to aid Senator Mtata's contribution?
What I want to share with Senator Mtata is there is a serious person who works in the police rank who had an issue with this young man, and there's nothing to inquire about him. At the very least, let the young people in Kenya see that at least this person is behind bars, or at least has written a statement for which can form a basis for any kind of inquiry. There is nothing to inquire about a DIG who had an issue with this young person, Mr. Speaker. What is there to inquire?
Senator,
and is the one who sent for him, Mr. Speaker. What is there to inquire?
Senator Eddy, I've given you some latitude because we wanted to know, to understand the information you wanted to volunteer. Nevertheless, Senator Mtata, if that is helpful, you may proceed.
Well, it is helpful to the extent that we have not seen the tweet. Personally, I have not seen the tweet that has been referred to or the insulting statement that is alleged. I have not seen it. Naturally, this thing would have been floating around, so it looks like if there was one, there's a very heavy cover-up that we are not able to leave it to the ordinary law enforcement mechanisms to get to the root of this matter. That's why I would like people like Senator Sifuna here, Senator Mandago, and people, and the bull of Nandi, Senator Chererke, to sit on this issue and try to bring closure to this. We had Gen Zs killed in this country. It's close to a year today. No stone has been turned. And if it has been turned, what was seen under that stone has not been told to us. That's what I'm saying, as the ultimate house. And that's why I read this constitution, 258 clause 2A. National security is our business. And national security includes the lives of Kenyans. A life of a Kenyan has been lost. Many lives have been lost. Nobody has been held accountable. That's why I'm saying that in this particular matter, we form a body, a committee of inquiry the way it was done when J.M. Kariuki died, and the way it was done recently when this lady was killed by the British soldiers. And we unearth the evidence we can get and force law enforcement to act. If we leave it to law enforcement, we are going to complain, daylight, sunset, and the things will go cold. Let this house take charge and get to the bottom of this matter, turn whatever stone there is to be turned, look under that stone, and tell the world what they see. That's what we need. Otherwise, we are going to end up nowhere. They are going to sanitize this thing and it's going to disappear. This was a murder. We even have information when this guy was taken to Central Police Station when he was bleeding. We would like these people to have a forum where they can come and tell us what they saw without fear of being victimized. That's why I'm asking for parliamentary commission of inquiry. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Nderitu.
Asanti Bwana Spika kunipa fursa hii. Kwanza kabisa nataka kuleta risala zangu za rambirambi na watu wa Laikipia kwa familia ya Albert Omondi Ojwang. Na nimpongeze Seneta wa Migori Eddy kwa kuleta taarifa hii kwa sababu wakati huu Bwana Spika, kwa nchi nzima kuna tanzia kwa sababu ya kumpoteza kijana barubaru. Kijana ambaye alikuwa ana maono. Bwana Spika, na hii imekuwa ni kama kawaida kwa sababu inaonekana watu wanaongea na polisi, maafisa wa usalama wamezoea. Watu wataongea, watanyamaza. Bwana Spika, nasema hivi kwa sababu kuna taarifa ambayo tungetaka kujua kile ambacho kilimuua padre ambaye anaitwa John Maina Ndegwa wa Boyman. Vile vile taarifa kuhusu padre ambaye anaitwa Alois Cheriot Bet. Lakini Bwana Spika, ikiwa taarifa kama hizo wezi kazipata, wanajua ya kwamba hata huyu kijana ambaye tayari tunaambiwa ya kwamba na maafisa ambao wanatuambiwa kwamba watafanya uchunguzi. Uchunguzi wao wa kwanza walisema ati katika seli Ojwang alijigongesha kwa ukuta. Bwana Spika, huyu Ojwang hakuna mahali kunasemekana alikuwa na ugonjwa wa kifafa ati alianguka. Ni wazi julikane alipokuwa akichukuliwa Homa Bay, maafisa wa usalama walihakikishia wazazi wake ya kwamba ako sawasawa na atapatikana akiwa vile vile. Bwana Spika, alitoka huko akiwa buheri wa afya, lakini ukiangalia ripoti ya upasuaji wa mwili wake inaonyeshana ya kwamba alinyongwa, na vile vile inaonekana ya kwamba alipigwa kichapo cha mbwa kuingia msikitini. Bwana Spika, hii ni aibu kwa maafisa wa usalama kwa sababu wao ndio wamepewa jukumu kulinda mali na maisha ya wananchi. Bwana Spika, sasa inafika kiwango ya kwamba wananchi wanashindwa, wakimbilie majambazi? Hapana. Wakimbilie polisi? Hapana. Kwa sababu Bwana Spika, Inspector General wa polisi anapaswa kuitwa hapa aelezee kinaga ubaga. naye naibu wa Inspector General wa polisi ambaye anatuhumiwa ya kwamba haya mambo yametendeka kwake, Bwana Spika, anapaswa kuwa amejiuzulu. Na si hiyo peke yake, Bwana Spika, samaki anaanza kuoza kutoka kwa kichwa. Waziri wa usalama Kipchumba Murkomen anapaswa akija hapa kesho atuelezee vizuri, na akishindwa kueleza, Bwana Spika, ajiuzulu, kwa sababu yeye ndio tunategemea, yeye ndio tumepatia lile jukumu akiwa kama waziri. Nataka kuwashukuru vijana hapa Edi, na shukuru majority leader ama kiongozi wa
Senator Asige.
Thank you, Speaker. In June of 2024, the streets were the crime scene during the Gen Z protests. Now young people are being executed in a new place. It seems that police stations have become the new crime scene. And I, as I proceed, want to call for the IG and his deputy, who have had far too many extrajudicial killings under their belt in just 1 year, fired with immediate effect. Mr. Speaker, because there are too many rights that have been violated through the death and the killing of Albert, 26, 28, and 29, and other articles of the Constitution. Why was Albert Ojwang arrested without a warrant or a clear explanation of the charges contrary to Article 49? Why was he transferred over 350 kilometers from Homa Bay to Nairobi instead of being processed locally? On what basis was he even detained in Nairobi? Why was his safety not guaranteed while in police custody as mandated by Section 59 of the National Police Service Act? And if the allegations of corruption that he made were worth killing him, then why isn't this precisely what we're investigating? Because only a hit dog hollers. DCI should not be seen anywhere near this investigation, Speaker. A judgment by Justice Mugambi on the 9th of May 2025 clarified that only IPOA has the mandate to investigate deaths and injuries caused by police officers who are on duty or occur in custody. Not DCI, not any other department of the police. Also, the Security Services Laws Amendment was introduced in Parliament to expand IPOA's oversight powers and give it more teeth, not just recommendations, but actually allow them to make arrests. But the National Assembly has blocked this bill. We know that. They say that it doesn't concern counties, thereby stalling its legislative process in this Senate, and therefore obstructing real justice. We have to fight as a Senate to bring that bill. Dead people don't tell tales, Speaker, but the collective voice of Kenyans demands that this tale be told and justice be served immediately. I thank you.
Senator Kisang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I also joined my colleagues to condemn the killing of Albert Ojwang, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this is a young man who was teaching. In fact, I want to send condolences to the people of Homa Bay, the people of Taita Taveta, because he was a teacher there, Honorable Speaker, and the only child. So it's unfortunate that he had to die in a police cell. I don't know if the police don't know that there is a law that was passed 2019 called Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act, that if anybody abuses you in the social media, you report, take them to court, and charge them. So there was no need to kill this innocent young man, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think it is time now for the National Police Service to put CCTV cameras in the cells, because we have lost many people in the cells, and there is no record to show what could have happened, actually, Honorable Speaker. They need to put, the National Assembly need to afford some resources so that all our cells in the country, Honorable Speaker, are put CCTV cameras so that, there will be no excuse to say that somebody committed suicide. The report of autopsy is already out, Honorable Speaker, and they have said, the pathologists have said, Albert died not because of self-inflicting injuries. This was basically done by the police officers, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, it's unfortunate, and this should not happen in a democracy like Kenya, Honorable Speaker. We have a very progressive constitution, so these things should not happen at all. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Dulo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to join my colleagues actually in condemning what happened to Albert. Mr. Speaker, of late there is so much insecurity issues that are happening in this country. And I think it is high time that we have taken very serious action against the happenings as far as insecurity is concerned. Mr. Speaker, I saw the father of Albert actually on media trying to explain what happened to the son. And Mr. Speaker, you can imagine Albert having ugali and sukuma under a tree, and the police officers come with a motorbike and arrest the innocent young man. Mr. Speaker, if he was guilty, and I was actually hearing the father, he was saying the wife and the child were also seated there. He didn't even finish actually eating his ugali. Mr. Speaker, we should not allow loss of life in our country. This is happening. There are gangs all over actually recruited by so many people in this country, especially the politicians, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday, when this matter came up, so many of my colleagues came to me and said that we must summon IG to come and explain this matter to us. Mr. Speaker, we managed to summon, to ask IG to come and explain on this matter this morning, 11 o'clock. But unfortunately, it didn't work out, Mr. Speaker. National Assembly has requested IG to appear before them on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. And they have requested also Senate to appear before Senate on Thursday midday. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that police should not investigate because it's like they are investigating themselves. IPOA is in place. They should actually move with speed and ensure that investigation is carried out, and those who are concerned should be brought to books. Mr. Speaker, I request on Thursday midday, this should be the committee of the whole, where we should be able to address all the matters affecting insecurity in this country. I thank you, and I pass my condolences to the family of Albert, and the wife and the widow, the widow and the child. Mr. Speaker, this is a very serious matter that needs to be dealt with and put to a stop. I thank you.
The Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the people of Kericho and on my own behalf, I join the rest of the country in passing condolences to Albert Ojwang. Mr. Speaker, I've sat here wondering, beyond the things we say as legislators, what else? What happens next? The unfortunate thing, Mr. Speaker, is that we have abated this kind of crimes for too long as legislators. We want to sit here, get clips on TikTok and say, you know, I expressed my rage. Look at the house, it's virtually empty. Because people have shared what they want to say. They have gotten theirs for the afternoon, Mr. Speaker, without a recourse. Mr. Speaker, the motion that we passed here after the June 25th protest, if we had adhered to it, and our committees, and I've said this more than 100 times on this floor, Mr. Speaker, that there were specific things that we asked each of our committees to do. The arrest procedures, Mr. Speaker, was part and parcel of what we passed in that particular motion. Mr. Speaker, the rights of protesters was part and parcel. If that had been addressed, Mr. Speaker, the young people of Angata Baragoi would not have been killed. If we had done the arrest procedures, Mr. Speaker, Albert Ojwang would not have been picked from Homa Bay to come here. And up to when, Mr. Speaker, do we want to be a house of lamentations? Let us be serious with our work. The people of our individual counties, Mr. Speaker, did not vote us in here to come and lament like them. We should be embarrassed. This is not a matter that we should even be addressing, Mr. Speaker, because we know for a fact that we have the power. If you, as a member of parliament, whine, what do you expect young people to do, Mr. Speaker? I want to urge ourselves that for once, let us take our duty seriously. Let us ask our committee on security to lead us into a conversation. In a sitting of the entire plenary, the same way the late Senator Yusuf Haji led us in this house, in a sitting of the entire plenary, when our 3 colleagues were arrested arbitrarily. But our Speaker, let us stop this hypocrisy of just speaking and going home. People are disappointed in our actions. I expect that Professor Ojenda, that you serve as a vice chair of this security committee, together with Senator Fatuma Dulo. You want us to speak about these issues until when? Surely, can't we lead the country into making the right decisions on how to handle protesters, how to handle arrested people, how IPOA, Mr. Speaker, can do their job without being interfered with, Mr. Speaker? Because last month they told us they are investigating those who kill people in Angata Baragoi. To date, we don't know who it is. How difficult is it to tell the country, even just to know, who are these officers that went for Albert in Homa Bay? Up to now, we don't know who they are. Yet when none of our own died, Mr. Speaker, we were being given a blow-by-blow explanation hour by hour. The life of Albert Ojwang is more important.
Senator Professor Jen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me join colleagues to commiserate with the family of the late Albert Ojwang, but also, Mr. Speaker, to condemn in the strongest terms possible, though I'm the Vice Chair of the Security Committee in Senate, and to undertake, Mr. Speaker, that the committee, and the Chair has spoken, will go right to ensure that this matter is dealt with as by law required. Mr. Speaker, it is clear that under the Independent Police Oversight Authority Act of 2011, this matter must and ought to be investigated first by IPOA. And I'm glad that I saw the chair of IPOA, Commissioner Ahmed Isaac, together with the IG and the DIG and other police officers at the Central Police Station, which was the crime scene. Mr. Speaker, two things that I want to point to, Mr. Speaker. Our colleagues in this House have this afternoon spoken and made a number of suggestions. The first suggestion, Mr. Speaker, is that this matter be dealt with by the commission of inquiry and a commission of inquiry appointed under CAP, Chapter 102 of the Laws of Kenya, the Commission of Inquiries Act. Mr. Speaker, since the law clearly spells out the role of IPOA under Sections 5 and 6, this matter would be best initially investigated by IPOA. And Mr. Speaker, unlike my colleagues who have come before me, it is important that every person in this process be investigated. It is also important, Mr. Speaker, that we do not, at this point in time, call upon the resignation of individuals, including DIG Lagat, who had filed a complaint, but to go to the depth of the investigation and establish who was responsible, who caused the death of Albert Ojwang. Mr. Speaker, the second point is this, that it is clear, Mr. Speaker, that a murder has been committed. A murder as prescribed under Sections 204 and 207 of the Penal Code of the laws of this country, and the police officers who are culpable or who are linked to this offense, those who are in charge of Albert Ojwang right from the time of arrest, must all be arraigned in court. We want to see action in the same manner and fashion as happened in the case of the late Ngondowere, so that we have action. It is not enough, Mr. Speaker, to call upon officers to resign before they investigate. Let us have a report that will come to us, but Senate, as we are saying, Mr. Speaker, will undertake its function under the chairmanship of the Senator Dulo, and me as Vice Chair. We will.
Senator Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful that I got this opportunity to join my colleagues, Mr. Speaker, to mourn the loss of Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker, and to condole with the family and the people of Homa Bay, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, to condole with the rest of the young Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me say it is extremely sad that we are losing lives that we should not lose, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, the worst is when we lose a person at the police cells, Mr. Speaker, because the police cells are supposed to be a protection place until one is proven guilty or not guilty, Mr. Speaker,
but they should be safe at the police station, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are not passing judgment on anybody, but we are asking for accountability, and someone must take responsibility for the loss of life of Mr. Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker. And who else will do that if it's not the police, Mr. Speaker? Who else will do that if it's not the top leadership of the police? The IG, the DIG, Mr. Speaker, must answer to Kenyans on what happened to Albert Ojwang, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and the President should keenly look at this case. It is coming immediately after a very warm reception at Homa Bay. There could be people also who are working to undermine the government, Mr. Speaker. The President should see what is happening at the police force, Mr. Speaker. IPOA should come through for Kenyans in this case, Mr. Speaker. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are not trusting the police to investigate themselves. Mr. Speaker, it is extremely sad that even our young people have lost trust in us, Mr. Speaker, because we continue to lose them in circumstances that we should not. Imagine a situation where the parent has this one child only, and they have lost that single child, Mr. Speaker. Imagine the pain of these parents. Imagine what is the future of that family, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Parliament should now take its rightful place, Mr. Speaker, to hold the executive accountable for what is happening in our country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is sad, it is unfortunate, and we must apologize to Kenyans for letting them down, Mr. Speaker. We must now come through as an independent house that will stand for Kenyans, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tabitha Keroche.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for also giving me this opportunity to stand as the Senator of Nakuru County with my Nakuru County people and my family to sincerely send our condolence to the family of Albert Omondi Ojwang. I condemn the killing of Albert Omondi Ojwang. When I received a photo of how he has been tortured in the police cell, I couldn't hold my tears. When I read the story of Albert Omondi, that he was the only child of a mother and a father, a newly wedded man, a father of a 1-year child, a graduate from Migori, and you can imagine to educate a child to a university level of parents of that status, how hard they've worked to ensure that their child get the rightful education. And this child now has gone. It is so sad. And in the hands of our security. So my aim is just to really ask the justice for Omondi and the family to be given. And I don't think there's anything else we're asking. It's just for his justice for now, because he's gone. And I think parents, and I stand with our majority leader saying, we cannot be a house of just coming here and talking and there no action. We parents have cried enough. I'm a victim. I know my daughter was murdered in 2020. And up to today, I've not gotten the justice that I'm pushing for. What does that tell? You can imagine Omondi now, they start their justice. And now, how long will it take for them to get the justice? So I think enough is enough. This house is the upper house, is to ensure such things now can come to a stop, to an end, where our children will not be killed, butchered, just because that they raise a voice of what they think or what they feel they should express their opinion. I think it's a high time. These people should know that they are even spoiling or damaging our government, which is working hard every day. And the rising security in Nakuru, I can't forget to say, the rising...
Very well, Honorable Senator, your time is up. Now, Honorable Senators, this is a very weighty matter. Kenyans are asking questions, and justifiably so, and we owe them the answers. The patience of this country is being stretched beyond its elasticity. The Honorable CS of Interior is scheduled to appear before the Senate tomorrow morning for purposes of responding to 15 questions that have been requested or asked by honorable senators. I wish to give the following as a way forward. Because of the urgency of this matter, that the CS appears tomorrow. However, before he embarks on the response of those 15 questions, we will first have the House move as a committee of the whole to interrogate this particular matter. After that session, then we can move to question time. While the CS is preparing to appear tomorrow, Secretariat informed the ministry that tomorrow the CS must appear with the following persons: the IG, the chairperson IPOA, the chairperson Police Service Commission. Those are the persons who are supposed to accompany the CS tomorrow as we move into a committee of the whole. And thereafter, we can move with the question time as contained in the order paper. Next order.